Witajcie moi drodzy, jesteśmy na Bermudach. Idę właśnie do Crystal Caves and Fantasy Cave. Teraz muszę znaleźć biuro z biletami. Ogólnie sam początek już wygląda bardzo ładnie. Kawałeczek trzeba przejść. Zapraszam do oglądania. Drzewa. Ogólnie bardzo ładne miejsce. O, bardzo piękne, rozrośnięte drzewa. Tam zostawiłem za darmo. Właśnie wchodzimy do Crystal Cave. Zapraszam do oglądania, podziwiania. Jaskinia jest niesamowita.
The water droplets are how all the formations are made. So that means they're continually growing and evolving. So that means I need you guys to do your best to try not to touch anything while we're traveling through the cave. This stuff is just regular rocks. You can touch this if you want. But once you get down past this flight of stairs, at least don't let me see you touch nothing. Alright? Now, if you do have one, we're going to let everybody touch just to get it out of your system. We call that one the emotional support rock. So you can touch that one to your heart's content. Alright? Now, the first formation you're going to see out of the four inside the cave is going to be called flow stern. Easy. Flow stern. I'm ready to tell you that all the formations are made by the running and dripping of water. So as soon as you see the flow stern, it's going to be blatantly obvious to you guys why it's called that. I guarantee you. Alright? And when we get to it, it's right directly at the bottom of these stairs. When we get to it, we'll go straight past it. Right? So we get to the main part of the tour. Right? Plus, this area looks gonna look better when you come back out the other way. Trust me, don't make sense stopping to go this way, just plugging everything up. Right? And then, so there's no confusion on these steps. We're just gonna keep straight back. Right? Nobody stopping, looking around, losing your footing. We don't want that. I have no falls on my tours. Alright? We help you keep my clean sheet all season. Cool? Alright. Now you got that out of the way. How do you go down?
Wow. Flow stops. No problem. No problem.
Come on. This is how I know at low tide because I can't reach this even fully extended. But when it's at high tide, this stern will be right by my ear. That's the difference in tide. 1.5 to 2 feet. Now you can start coming down now. Please be mindful of the last step of the 83. Come on down. The bridge is down rock, but it won't sink. Don't worry. Look, put your shades in your pocket, might help just in case you look over and they decide to dive in. Now when the tide is high, the bridge would be about this much closer to the rock and we would all have to crouch right down. But for now we're good, unless you're real tall. So watch your head.
Okay. Wow. Very beautiful place.
Have you ever been swimming in there?
No.
Water is cold?
That's cool for me. You can look in the water right here. You see some stalagmites in the water. Now, like I was telling you, stalagmites can't grow in the water because they require the drip of the water in order to collect the calcium and build. So their size goes to show that for a long time there was no water in the caves at all. This one's 11 feet tall, and this one's 14 feet tall, all about 35 feet of water. No touch. All about 35 feet of water at high tide. You can see the high tide mark right here. As high as the water will come up, and like I said, the bridge will accommodate it. She'll be able to get much higher. Now the deepest part of the cave will be back there. There's much more cave underneath this bridge, so it'll be about 70 feet deep. 70.
Wow.
Now, like I said, these were created when there was no water in the caves, but all these pockets are signs of water erosion. And that's how Bermuda was created in the first place, for the rising during the sea levels during the various ice ages and knows. How many of you lot know that Bermuda is the rim of an ancient volcano? Right up onto the dock. Watch it. Where the tunnel goes that feeds all other kids, fantasy kids. And you see it? You see it? I just about to show you. The guardian of the fantasy kid. You gotta have imagination for this, guys. They can see her one time. But this is the cave dragon.
Oh yeah, look at
See his
that.
eye? See the spike going up his back?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, see the guy's imaginative him right there. He must be an artist. Now all this black stuff on the back of the dragon, that's a mineral called manganese that you find in Bermuda soil. Anytime you see any red or burnt orange pigment, that's iron oxide from the volcanic clay soil that we have here in Bermuda. We talked about that just now. Right? There have been divers and scientists that have found Bermuda cedar tree skeletons fossilized 10 miles out underwater.
Wow.
So that means that the land mass was much larger a long time ago. Cedar tree is something that's endemic to Bermuda. Now speaking of a long time ago, I got another column right here. Looks like it was built holding up the ceiling. This one's estimated to be just over 1 million years old. Then we look over this side, and you see a stalagmite and a stalactite almost ready to make that same commitment in the rock. So you can take a look over here and see the similarities between down here in Fraggle Rock and down here in the Crystal Caves. Matter of fact, right now at the City Hall in Hamilton, Mr. Fripp is being honored by the Bermuda Society of Arts. They've got a big display of his Muppets and puppets up there. He should be on his own for a long time, so if you got time, go check it out. It's right in the city at the City Hall. Now, right in front of you, is a little bit deeper than the average depth. Now, I tell you that's about 35 feet inside the cave. Right here, but we're at high tide, will be 45 feet deep. I'm only about 2 feet away from high tide right now. So right now it's about 43 feet. I know it don't look like it, but that's one of the optical illusions of the brackish water, a magnifying effect. The optical illusions of the brackish water is a reflective effect. You see this formation in the water. I call that one the Star Wars City. There's nothing actually there. I put my light on it and it disappears.
Oh wow. That's cool.
And down here we call this one the New York skyline. Again, there's nothing in the water, just a reflection of the stalactites. Now, if you look up, you'll see a lot more spiking of the formations. That's only due to the increased humidity back here. If you guys are doing or have done fantasy cave, you would have or will see giant chandelier-like formations like these. It looks like a Gothic cathedral over there. It's quite unique from this cave. Check it out if you got the time. Now, if I can get everybody back up onto the dock, I'm just going to show you what I like to call the social media lights. These are the ones you're going to want to put on your.
Wow.
You guys have any questions? All right, I'm gonna head to the front.
Ready? Look at me, Gavin. Hand down. Yeah. Ready? Oh, ready? Look at the phone. Look at Steve. So the water created the cave from finding the salt and area in the ice. So now the cave, the water is actually raining.
Jak się Wam podobała Crystal Cave? Zapraszam teraz do obejrzenia Fantasy Cave. Piszcie w komentarzach, co Wam się, która się Wam bardziej podoba, czy Wam w ogóle się to podoba.
Take your time as well, yeah?
Okay.
Then we have two sides, you can check it out there and there. Don't rush, you take your time. Alright, so let me turn this over for you. And yes, sir. Check it out both sides. Here if you need any questions, alright?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, bud.
Fantasy Cave.
Wow.
Podczas drugiego dnia podróży po Bahamach wymieniłem skuter na ciut większy, czerwony, podobno szybszy. I w rzeczywistości był szybszy. Jedynie co odradzam podróżowanie nim wieczorami. Światła ma bardzo słabe. Idziemy na Glass Beach. Ciekawy jestem, co to i jak to wygląda. Szklana plaża. Że ona naprawdę jest taka szklana i taką atrakcją. Wygląda. Co to jest? A, kawałeczki szkła potłuczone. A. Myślałem, że to jakieś atrakcje, a to po prostu szkło potłuczone i tyle. Samo miejsce jako takie jest ciekawe, ale to szkło tak. I pełno szkła w wodzie. No woda nawet ciepła. Na dobrą sprawę można by się wykąpać. Ale za dużo tu szkła nie będę wchodził. Forcie skał. Co tu mamy za wejście w podziemie? Okej, let's go first. Underground.
Też jest do armaty. Jest to duży fort, ale ciekawe miejsce. Tu jest jakieś łoże armatnie. Piękna plaża.
Mimo, że jest grudzień, naprawdę Wam polecam Bermudy. Jest bardzo ładna pogoda, nie jest za gorąco. Każdy znajdzie coś dla siebie, nie ma dużo turystów, także jest naprawdę fajnie. Miałem okazję się wejść do tej wody, miała około 20-21 stopni. To i tak w sumie woda taka jak nad Bałtykiem. Naprawdę polecam, szczególnie tą plażę Horse Show Bay Cave jest naprawdę piękna. I w gruncie rzeczy na całej wyspie jest dość wiecznie, a na tej plaży ona jest tak dosyć osłonięta i nie wieje.
Water is very nice, it's around 22 degrees.
Życzę wszystkim wesołych świąt i przesyłam pozdrowienia z pięknych Bermudów.